Alright, Shalom, Shalom. This is your brother Issachar coming back at you with another lesson. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. In today's lesson, Akim, we're going to talk about, spiritual power and miraculous miracles, okay, that are not far-fetched. All right. So, without further ado, we're going to get into some history. That what happened to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Okay, so these are real stories. This is our history. All right, these events, really happened. Moses, okay, split the rivers, okay. King David, all right, Samson, Elijah. Okay, our forefathers were some bad dudes. All right. So without further ado, let's get right into it. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 3, verse 10. Thou, O king, hast made a decree that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, shall fall down and worship the golden image. And whoso falleth not down and worship, that he should be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. Okay, so this is Nebuchadnezzar. Okay, in the time in ancient Babylon. Okay, he made a statue. He made a golden image. So whenever they blew that cornet, that flute, the harp, everyone has to bow down and worship that image. Okay. Verse 12. Daniel chapter 3 verse 12. There are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Then Nebuchadnezzar in his rage and fury commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king. Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Now if ye be ready, that what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And who is that power that shall deliver you out of my hands? Okay, so this is Nebuchadnezzar, talking big time, But he don't know the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay? Verse 16. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our power, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. Okay, you see that, Akim? So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they had faith. Okay, they believed. Okay, and that's the same thing we can use into today's time. Okay, once E starts rolling, okay, we gotta reflect on these scriptures. Okay, remember these stories. Okay, because Yahweh Shem Yahushai will be here for us, and the angels, they are right here with us. let's continue. So Daniel chapter 3 and verse 19. Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage and change against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 7 times more than it was wont to be heated. So they turned on the fiery furnace 7 times more higher than normal. Okay, because Nebuchadnezzar was so upset. Verse 20, and he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and to cast them into the burning fiery furnace. So Nebuchadnezzar, he got his the most mighty soldiers, okay, just to go bind them up. Okay, then these men were bound in their coats, their hosen, and their hats, and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent, and the furnace exceeding hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Okay, so those mighty soldiers who binded up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, okay, they died, okay, because the fire was so hot that they got burnt up. Verse 23, and these 3 men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down, bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished, and rose up in haste, and spake and said unto the counselors. Okay, said to the counselors, Did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered unto the king, True, O king. He answered and said, Lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. And the form of the 4th is like the Son of the Most High, okay, Yahushai. Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace, and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, ye servants of the Most High, come forth, and come hither. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth of the midst of the fire. And the princes, governors, and captains, and the king's counselors, being gathered together, saw these men upon those bodies. The fire had no power, nor an hair of their head singed, neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of fire passed on them. Okay, so they didn't even smell like burnt fire. Not even one of their hairs on their head were burnt. Nothing. Verse 28, Then Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, Blessed be the power of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and delivered his servant that trusted in him, and have changed the king's word, and yielded their bodies, that they might not serve nor worship any power except their own power. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay, you see that, Akim? True power. Okay, miraculous miracles are not far-fetched. Verse 29, Therefore I make a decree that every people, nation, and language which speak anything amiss against the power of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego shall be cut in pieces, and their houses shall be made a dunghill, because there is no other power that can deliver after this sort. Then the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the province of Babylon. Okay, you see that, Akim? Because Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego had faith, okay, unshakable faith, okay, they were unmovable, okay, they knew Yahweh Bashem Yahushai was going to deliver them. That's the same thing we can, we gotta reflect back on these scriptures and these stories, okay, because the same thing is going to happen in these times. Once Eve starts rolling, these devils have no power over us. Alright, Akim? You have to believe that. You got to be truly convinced in your own mind. Okay? We have to work out our own salvation. Okay? Through fear and trembling. Okay? Fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, not these devils. They have no power over us. So that's pretty much it. Today's lesson, Akim. Stay strong. Keep the faith. Stay on the path. Patience. Patience is key. Stay prayed up. Shalom.